Hey everybody, it's your girl Nadia, also known as Urban Farm Sister. So today I'm going to show you how to plant strawberry plants in containers. These are some of the items you're going to need to plant your strawberry plants. First of all, you're going to need some soil. I recommend you purchase Pro Mix, but if Pro Mix is not available in your area, you can purchase any container-friendly soil that you can find either at a hardware store or department store or nursery. Next, you're going to need your strawberry bare roots. So they're going to look like this. So bare roots, you can purchase these. I've seen them at hardware stores like Home Depot and Lowe's, but I've also seen them at nurseries. I haven't seen them at department stores, but you can also purchase these offline. Again, bare roots, these are plants that have been sitting dormant and they are ready to be planted. Then you're going to need a container. So for strawberry plants, you're going to plant one plant per gallon. So these particular containers I have are 3-gallon containers. And so I'm going to plant 3 strawberry plants in these containers here. You're going to need a container with some water so you can soak your bare roots for at least 30 minutes. Some gloves if you don't want your hands getting dirty with the soil. And then you're going to need some type of pruners. So I purchased these from a hardware store and they were $13. I purchased these from the dollar store and whatever the price is of dollar store items now, I think it's $1.25 or $1.50. That's how much these were. So I recommend you get the dollar store version ones because they're going to be cheaper. The only thing, once the grow season is over and they switch over to the next season, which is usually the holidays, they take these off the shelf. So I would recommend that you purchase them now and then you'll have them for a long time. Okay, to start your plants, what you want to do is you want to first soak your bare root plants for about a half an hour in just some water. Sink water is fine. What you're trying to do is rehydrate the plants because they've been out of soil most likely for a few months now because a lot of these were collected during the fall. After you soaked your plants, you want to check them, make sure there's no brown foliage on here, and if there is, you need to cut that off like this. You need to get rid of that because that will rot and you don't want that rotting because that could cause problems with your growing plant. Then you want to cut off some of these old stems from last grow season. Next, you see these long roots here? You don't really need these roots anymore. The plant is not going to utilize them. They're pretty much dead. So what you can do is you can cut a lot of these off. What you want to do is cut that off there. So again, you want to check your plant to make sure there's green foliage developing. You want to make sure that your crown, which is right here, is not brown, mushy, slimy. If it is, do not use that plant. It most likely has either a bacterial or a fungal infection and it will not do well. Most likely it's dying. Again, you're going to cut your roots off. You can cut off some of these old stems from last grow season. There you go. All right. So for your planting, here's your container. You're going to, in this particular container, I have 3 gallons of soil. So I'm going to plant 3 strawberry plants in here. So again, you want to make sure your soil is moist but not saturated. So I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to make a hole down in here. I'm going to take my bare root strawberry like this. Again, we want to make sure that we plant it to where it's about right here. The crown, that much of the crown is in the soil at the soil level. You don't want to plant it where the crown is covered up here, and you don't want to plant it to where the soil is down here and you have roots exposed. You want to make sure it's right here at the base of this crown here, so that right here, so that you have it at the right depth so that your plant can survive. So you're going to take and put it in the soil, and then you're going to fill the soil around where that crown is, making sure that crown stays above the soil level. And we're going to do this for all 3 plants in here. And you're going to put it in there, and you're going to watch for that crown. Make sure you're not covering it up. Make sure it's at the soil level. Press the soil down around there. And you're going to do that for all 3 plants. All right, so now you're done planting. So what you'll do is you'll take your pot and you'll place it in a sunny location that gets direct sunlight for most of the day. And then your strawberry plants will start to grow. So first thing you're going to see are a whole bunch of leaves develop, and then eventually you'll start seeing flowers. So we're going to follow these particular plants, the duration of their growth, so you guys can see the progression over time as they start. As I started them today, and then we're going to watch them grow for the season. All right, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, or you can send me a DM and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, bye.